Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Takopi's Original Sin episode 5 reaction. Alright, the previous episode we get Azuma's story, not story, but his whole past, not past either, but like his situation in his house, what's going on, how his mother like kind of makes him like treats him as someone who needs to be better than his brother, and if not, then like she doesn't pay that much attention to him, like and pressure for that, all those things. um and how Azuma has been kind of putting Shizuka in her mother's place, and that is why whenever Shizuka is like kind of like expecting something from him and telling him to do something, he's like, yes, I'll do it, so. And yeah, like all those things, but in the end, things take a very like crazy turn where Shizuka tells him to take the blame for like the whole situation with Marina. And Azuma later talks to his brother, finally realizing that his brother is someone that was always there to help him. He just didn't realize it. Yeah, and he actually confesses to the police, but I'm not sure exactly up to what extent he confessed. So I'm guessing this episode will probably clear that up. Let's see. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference. Let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. Three, two, one, go. Okay. Oh yeah, Shizuka said that she wants to go to Tokyo, even while all of this is going on. 5 in the morning. Where's she going? Oh, yeah, she said she's go. Is she like trying to go for Tokyo? Like this? Yeah. Oh my god. This is not going to go well. Oh, she has the so that nobody can detect her. I was thinking, like, how is she going to? Where is she going to get the money from? Because I don't think she asked anything from her mother, so nobody can detect her. The flower on her head. Yeah. Oh boy, here we go. Damn. Yeah, Chappie's not there. I'm pretty sure your mom lied. And I'm guessing his father has her father probably has a family or something. Yep, there you go. Oh my god. Yeah, there you go. Nah, that's not Chappy. Yeah, you are just great. This is well. What? Okay, right. Nah, man. Right. Okay. This. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. Just like yeah. She's not even thinking that if her mother lied. She's not even thinking that. What? Okay. You remember seeing some? Wait, what? Okay, what is going on? Oh my god. What the hell is going on here? Wait, so he met Mina before? Okay, I was not. What the hell is happening here? Alright, I. Dirt ball. Wait, she has a. Oh, her mother. Octopus. What? Right. Damn, this is invariant. Iguanas? Oh my god. Yeah. Uh, Yeah. Nah, man. You know what? I said this before multiple times. These, like the adults in this show, are absolutely horrible. Each and every one of them. What? Yeah. What are you on about? How old is she? Boy. Takopi is just okay. So it was from the glass that she got that. Oh my god, nah, man. Oh god, that was so. Oh god. Oh god, you are making this even worse. Nah, man. Yo, Takopi needs to chill. Nah. Okay, I'm trying to understand the timeline here. What's going on? Is this. Wait, is this some different world? Like a different universe, parallel world or something? Because I was thinking this was happening before she made Shizuka something, but maybe not. Might I need to what? Okay, I need to read that. Right. Yeah, at octopus. Yeah, this is some different world. This is like a parallel world or something. Oh wait, maybe never mind. I don't know. Oh, there she is. What's going on here? Oh, he immediately started liking her. Oh, because of her mother's. Yeah, because he has his own problems with her mother. I'm still trying to figure. I'm trying to. Nah, man. It's okay. I'm still trying to understand. Is this what happened in the past, or is this like a parallel world? Or Takopi did something to them, like memory alteration or something. That's why. Oh my god, this lady is absolutely. Imagine. I, you know what? I'll talk about this later. All right. Nah, man. The adults in this show are absolutely horrible. I just this is just too much. Like, yeah, I'll talk about this later. Can you imagine trying to live through your daughter like this to this extent? Like, this is absolutely disgusting. Oh, good lord. What the hell is wrong with you? Nah, man, there's like, you know what? If you have this extent of like mental trouble, like, like you should. Like, how? Nah, man, this is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe what I'm watching. Oh, wait, she killed her. I thought. Oh, so that is. Oh, I see what's going on now. Okay, I couldn't realize like how old they were. So what we're seeing in these few episodes up until now was in the past. This is supposed to be the present. This happened. Takopi went back, and something like memory. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh yeah, he talked about the clock one, which can go. Oh, okay. So that's why in the Happy Planet he probably tried to tweak the clock, and they said that this is your sin, like going back to the past and trying to them. She had the same idea that Shizuka had because he always says P. That's why Takopi. Taco is octopus. Bruh, look at this place. Nah, man, you need to chill. Wait, what? Yeah. Ah, right. There you go. Important. Ah, well, you. Yeah. He's like, no, I'm gonna do it myself. She already erased it, or she was in the process of erasing it. So it's in the. So okay, he goes back and he it gets erased only. The hell? What does that mean? Oh my god, yo. Well, he got an influence of the humans, so you know. Oh, okay, so yeah, he doesn't remember. Yep, he remembered. It's probably like because he crashed, or like mother. Damn. Yep. Yeah, he's realizing the complexity of morals and what? This time Asuma's gonna find him? Oh no, this is still continuing. Okay, never mind. Okay. You know what? Out of all the characters, I feel like Asuma has the most. What can I say? Like, um, like like his situation has been kind of, I wouldn't say it has been solved, because I think his mother is still the same, but at least he has his brother now with him. So I think he's in a position to, in a proper position to kind of tell Takopi what to do. So I don't know how this is going to go, but looking at today's episode, I feel like they'll try to fix this somehow. Don't know exactly how though. I My bet is he's probably going to go back to the happy planet and maybe use the clock again, because technically he was not banished. Before getting banished, he ran away. So you're not banished actually. Like, Okay. Yeah, like I was saying, like if you run away before you're banished, you're not banished technically. So I think you can go back. You can go back and maybe, do something. I don't know. Um, or maybe that's just my wishful thinking. I have no idea. Oh my, wait, okay. This episode, I don't know. I was not expecting that really. Like that whole thing that he met Maina before. It was taking me such a long time to understand like what was happening, because there was multiple possibilities going through my head. I was thinking maybe this is like a parallel world where instead of Shizuka, Maina was like in Shizuka's situation, or not Shizuka's situation, but she was like kind of the main focus, and like maybe Takopi went to that parallel world and something happened there, and that's why he came to this parallel world. That's what I was thinking. But then when I later on I realized, like, no, it's not parallel world or anything, it's the same damn world, but it's a time. Basically, what we saw today, the flashback for Marina, it happens when she is older. like and yeah, I guess it makes sense now that I'm looking at the character models. She looks a lot older than what we have been seeing of her. So Marina was older here, and it this is what happens if Marina, like, doesn't really, what can I say, like if things go normally, this is how it goes. Like Marina like starts liking Azuma, and then like Shizuka comes back to her hometown, and Shizuka probably wanted revenge on Marina because of all the bullying that she did, because all of those things happened. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. What we have been seeing these past couple of episodes, these are what has happened already. And then Marina, like what we saw today in this like little section of the Takopi's flashback, is what happens later after all those bullying and everything. Later this happens, and by that time, Mina's father doesn't come back home at all. COVID time, you can see, and her mother always, like, thinks of herself, and tries to live her life through her daughter's life, you know and you see she's all types of troubled. And yeah, then Azuma comes into the picture and Mina starts liking him. Then we have, also, Azuma's situation never got resolved here because Takopi was not a thing back then. Because of Takopi and his, like, interference in Azuma's life, Azuma's situation got cleared currently. That has not happened in this timeline. So in this timeline, Azuma still hates his brother, and not hates, but like doesn't like him. He was not able to open up to his brother basically, and that is why he's still the same. A lot of complexities, a lot of, like, things. He still has his whole mother, like troubles, where he's like, my mother expects nothing from me, this and that, and puts Shizuka in his mother's place. All those problems still persist. In that stage, like, Mina started liking Azuma. Now, in this situation, Shizuka wasn't here. Shizuka probably went somewhere, like maybe in some other place, and that is the time when, like, Mina introduces, not introduces, but tells her mother that, oh, I've started dating this boy, like, I like him, this and that, all those things happen, and then Shizuka comes back. As soon as Shizuka comes back, Azuma's past troubles and everything starts resurfacing. her, like, his whole thing about trying to like uh, put up to the expectations of my mother. I was never able to make my mother happy, and seeing Shizuka come back again, all those things start again. And yeah, and then Shizuka, the reason why Shizuka at that moment later on, as we see, tells Azuma that, oh, everything is okay, this and that, like, and all that happens, is I think, like, it was her way of taking revenge on Marina for all the past, like, bullying and everything that she uh, that she had to, like, tolerate. And then this happens. Marina kills her mother, and then Takopi is like, okay, like, then we'll go to the past and kill Marina. And now that he is here in the past, after all that stuff that happened, because he lost his memories and he met Shizuka before, he started sympathizing with Shizuka, and he gets to know Shizuka's part of the story here and why this happened. Also, the fact that Marina used to bully her as well. So all those things he's seeing, and he sympathized with Shizuka, and this happened. And now that he has both the memories back, he's like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, he's realizing how this world is not all, like, like extremities to, like, good or bad. There's, like, a middle part as well. Like, it's not black and white. There's a gray part, which is the most complex part, and which is the part where you have to properly use your, I guess you could say, emotional IQ. And like, not emotional IQ, I don't know what to call it, but like, you have to use your, like, uh, something like that. Like, you have to use your emotional IQ. Yeah, I think emotional IQ is, like, the best way to explain it. IQ, to properly judge which is correct and which is wrong, because a lot of the times there's two sides to the story, and a lot of the times both the sides of the story, none of the sides are good. It has its own faults. Like, if you want, like, a distinct, like, yes and no situation, you'll never get that in the real world. Like, nothing is yes or no in that. Like, yeah, there are some stuff which are exactly, like, completely that, yeah, you should do this or you should not do this. But then there's stuff and things that happen where there's like a blurry line between it. And there's sometimes in those situations, both the situations are bad, but at the same time you have to figure out which one is the one that you should be going for, and which is the one you think is, like, the better one out of those two, and try to fix it. And then there's some situations where both the sides are not bad but not as good either, and even in those situations you have to pick and understand, like, which side you want to go for based on your morality, your way of looking at the world, and like, the way you have grown up and all that. Like, that is going to make you, like, go in a certain direction and stick with it. This is a thing that Takopi and his species lack, because in Happy Planet everything is happy, everything is completely, like, in one extreme. So if you have grown up in an environment where everything is like, in one extreme, when you get thrown into a world with these complexities where there's good things, bad things, and then there's those things in the middle, you will be confused, because you will see everything in a positive way, in a good way. And obviously that is the reason why Takopi, like, behaves this weirdly in so many situations where he thinks of things which no normal human being would think. Like, when, like, Maina was, like, bullying Shizuka, he was thinking, like, oh, they're good friends, this is so expressive, they're having fun, because that's all he knows. That's all he knows from Happy Planet, because everyone is freaking happy in Happy Planet. So this concept of sadness and these things never existed. Now, coming to this world, Takopi realized or understood that there's bad things and sad things as well. But still, he didn't have enough emotional maturity to understand that even though there's good things and bad things, there's something in the middle as well. That thing in the middle is something that he finally understood in today's episode, I think, because now that he has both the memories of both the extremities, and now that he knows both sides of the story and the good in both the sides, he realizes that both has its good things and its bad things, so you cannot label something as good and something as bad in this situation. At least one side is Shizuka, one side is Marina. He first met Marina, so he knew Marina's part of the story, and that's why he was like, oh, Shizuka bad. Goes back, loses memories, meets Shizuka this time first with a fresh memory, gets to know Shizuka's part of the story, and he's like, oh, Shizuka good, Marina bad. Now, in the middle, he has all the memories now, and both the conflicting memories are in his head. One part of him says that Shizuka good, Marina bad, one part is Marina good, Shizuka bad. So now he's confused. He's like, so who's good? Who's bad? And I think now as we saw Azuma's coming, I think he probably asked Azuma about the situation. Azuma might be able to tell him about this. That there's no concrete, like, I don't know, like there's no like good or bad in that sense in this situation, at least. Like each has their own story, and each has its good part and its bad parts. What you have to decide is what you want to support and how you want to deal with the other side, um, or if you want to support both of them, that is also an option, but that is going to be the most difficult one, obviously. You can go to one side, but if you want to choose both, that's a lot of trouble, and I think that's the direction this is going to go. I don't know exactly what he's going to do, and I don't even have any idea what he can do, because technically in this world, Mina's dead. So if he wants to fix everything, he needs to go back in time and repeat a lot of things. He can go back technically in time, I think, because of the big clock. All he needs to go do is go back to his planet and go back. Like I said, he hasn't been banished. He ran away before he was banished, so technically he should be able to go back. And now that he has his memories back again, so that's the only possibility I can think. But if he goes back to the past again using the clock, he will have to do a lot of things to fix everything. Because a lot of these things starts with, like obviously Shizuka's bullying happens in the past, and because of that, like a lot of domino effect and chain reaction, this happens. So he needs to fix each and every one of their household life. I don't know how that is possible, because technically Azuma's situation is, I think, like the easiest to deal with, because we did deal with it, and all we needed to do is tell Azuma or make Azuma realize that, yeah, even if mother is like this, he has his brother with him. But I just cannot figure out how you're going to deal with Shizuka's familial situation and Mina's familial situation. Those are too complex, and the problem with these two situations is that these two girls have nobody other than themselves to rely on. Azuma had his brother. You know, Azuma has someone that he can rely on, and that is why it was a lot easier for to fix his situation. Not fix completely, but at least make it so that he can live his life properly. Like his mother is still, I think, like that, like like absolutely horrible. But now at least he has someone to rely on. That is his brother, the person that he never thought about relying on. So that will be difficult with Shizuka and Maina, because I don't know. I like they have nobody in their house except their mothers, and like Shizuka's mother is just, I still don't understand what the hell is up with her. You know, like it seems like she doesn't care about her daughter, or cares about her but cares the bare minimum. Um, and she has a lot of other things going on, I guess. Mina's mother is needs mental health basically. So yeah, so I don't know how you're going to deal with that. And there's only one episode left. You know what? Let's wait and see. Next episode will, maybe something will happen. I don't. You know what? I was trying to figure out which direction this show is going. Like there's some shows that go in a bad direction and it stays in the bad direction and it ends like that, and the moral is basically like, don't be like this. And then there's shows which goes in a bad direction but it takes a turn, and somehow or the other it becomes good at the end. I think this is the latter. That's what I'm getting from this episode. Now that we know that Takopi knew Marina as well. So yeah, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like one episode is a bit too less to You know what? Let's wait. Next week I'll get my answer. Right. So yeah, that was today's episode. Like I talked about the episode quite a bit already, about what's the whole situation with Takopi and what's going on with his mind, and like the complexities of human emotions and human morality and all that. Um, and now Takopi is realizing that complexity. Like I said, he knew only one extreme up until now, the extreme of everything good. Then coming to this world, he realized the extremity of everything bad, and now finally that he has talked to both Shizuka and Maina and seen their part of the story, what they went through, and now that he has both those memories at the same time in his head, he is realizing the middle part, which is the more complex part, where which tells that everyone has their part of the story. There's two sides of the coin. Sometimes there is no clear distinction in which side is the good one. So you have to use your own intellect and your own judgment to you know do whatever, and to pick whatever you want to do, whether you want to go through one side and stick with it, or you want to choose both. Choosing both is pretty damn difficult, and you can just side with one. You can go to one side as well, but obviously the other side he also knows now. That's why he's thinking what to do. Either way, that's the scenario. Now a few other things to talk about in today's episode. For example, obviously we got to get to know here. It was pretty damn obvious up until now. Shizuka's mom lied and said that Chuck is with his dad, but there you go. That's not true. His dad is living here with his family. Shizuka's like, oh, um, oh wait, I just forgot about this part completely. Shizuka hit Takopi, right? So the last scene, we see Takopi in the yeah, we see Takopi in that pipe. So what happened after? Okay, I completely forgot about the fact that Shizuka actually attacked Takopi. Like at that moment, I thought like Shizuka killed Takopi or something. But we are seeing that Takopi is in this pipe. So what happened? And I'm pretty sure this is still the present because Azuma doesn't have his glasses. Like, does him not having his glasses is an indication that he changed? Because up until now he was just this, now he is different. This is that version of Azuma which takes control of everything and is proactive. So right, I don't understand. Like also the fact that like I said, I thought at that moment when Takopi rejected Shizuka and told Shizuka used a thing to hit him, I thought that was it. Like Shizuka killed Takopi and he was, I don't know, but no, it's I'm guessing it's not, like, because Takopi is now here in this pipe. So what happened there? Did he just leave Shizuka over there? Did he run away? Like what happened? They didn't show us. Yeah, next episode we'll probably get the explanation. Either way, yeah, so we confirmed that her mother lied, and obviously Shizuka at this point is just too gone off the edge, that she's like, oh, like they probably ate my chappy, this and that, you know right. And hitting his head probably at this moment brought back his memories, Sakopi's memories about the past, or I guess the future that's going to come from here, where Maina situation never gets resolved, or Mauna's situation becomes worse with his mother, and his mother attacks him with the glass, and he has a scar now. All those things we see, and now Mina's just there, um, like all alone, um, and then all those things happen. We see Azuma and all that, and yeah, all those things happen. Shizuka comes back, and Mina then loses Azuma, all those things. Right. So Okay, you know what? This is again making me think of something. I was thinking maybe this is another reason why I was thinking this is a parallel world is because Mina doesn't react to Shizuka at all. This when Azuma looks at Shizuka, because I don't know, I feel like if Mina bullied Shizuka in her past, she would react somehow, right? Be like, oh my god, she's back or something like that. I don't think she does that at all. I don't know. Anyways, still, I no, I think I still think this is like obviously this is one, but yeah, because like obviously this is still one timeline, but the fact that Marina didn't really react at all, because if we saw what went Shizuka went through, and like that the fact that she hated Shizuka and all that, and yeah, we know all of that, and then seeing Shizuka again, shouldn't she react some way? Like she only reacts later on when everything goes down in a very bad way and she ends up killing her mother. That's when she says that, oh, like, yeah, we should have killed Marina before. Wait, okay, wait a minute. Okay, I should have killed her when we were in four. Oh no, yeah, the bullying still happened. Okay, yeah, this I should have killed her when we were in fourth grade. Yeah, okay. Like for a brief moment, I was thinking maybe she didn't bully her. Yeah, but then I was like, but then like what I was thinking is basically this. I was thinking that this timeline, what we were seeing when Takopi met Marina, in the past she didn't bully her. This happened, and then she was like, "Oh, we should have killed her." Takopi goes back, and I was thinking maybe even though they went back, he went back in time. Marina's memories persisted, and it influenced her past memories. Her future memories influenced her past memories. She had no memories of the future, but her future experiences with Shizuka affected her past memories, and she got this urge to hurt Shizuka because of that, and that's why she bullied her. Like, so this is what I was thinking for a brief moment, but I don't think that's what happened. I was thinking that here, with the timeline that we were seeing, when Takopi met Marina, in the past, she didn't bully Shizuka. She didn't bully Shizuka. All things went normally, and then this, not normally, but like she had her own trouble and all that. And then she lost Azuma, and then she killed her mother, and then she came to the conclusion that, oh, I should have killed her in elementary school, in fourth grade. And then Takopi goes back to the past. Obviously, Takopi loses his memories. Shizuka also should not have memories of the future, but somewhere or the other, her future memories influenced her past memories. And that's why this time she started bullying Shizuka, which she never did before, in the other timeline. And she started bullying Shizuka, and this time this is how it went. Like, I was thinking with that for a brief moment, but I don't think that's what happened. Because she says here that I should have killed her. Because, like I said, I feel like her initial reaction when Shizuka came back was too damn like I don't know, like low. Like she didn't really react at all. Like even when Azuma was like looking at Shizuka, she was like, oh, like And then when Azuma confesses and says that I shouldn't be like this, I don't follow through things. Oh no, he says that to Shizuka. Never mind. And she doesn't say that to he doesn't say that to Marina. But okay, here we go. So yeah, Azuma tells this to Marina in that cafe. He says that Kuze-san has all she has is me. She has no family, no relatives. Came back to hometown by herself. Reuniting with her is a miracle. Okay, so something happened to her mother, I guess, in the future. I loved her since elementary schooling. There you go. I was the only one she could count on, and I'm realizing she's the only one I have too. Right. So okay. Yeah, I guess Mina didn't even have enough time to properly react to Shizuka, because I think like when what was bothering me is the fact that she barely reacts to Shizuka at all up until the very end. That's why I was thinking maybe she didn't bully her this timeline, and in the future, because of what happened, her future memories affected her past memories, and then she started bullying. It would have been a very complex like story if it was something like that. This is like something Steins Gate like level, I would say, with the whole transferring memories and everything. And that's why I was thinking of it in that way, how past memories can influence like other timelines and all that. That's like Steins Gate territory. I was thinking maybe it was doing something like that, but I guess like to react to Shizuka, she didn't even have enough time, because all we see is like when Shizuka goes past him. I think Mina didn't see her back then. Azuma's the only one who saw her. That's why Mina doesn't react to Shizuka. And then the next thing that we see is Azuma telling Marina that, oh, like she's back, she's the one I like. And she was too shocked at that moment to say anything. And then, like, we see what happens later. So, yeah, I guess she didn't have enough time to react to Shizuka. If she saw Shizuka back then, she probably would have reacted somehow. But she didn't, because she didn't see Shizuka, I think, when on that hill, when they were going. Azuma's the only one who saw her. Yeah. Right. So there you go. That is what happens. Either way, so yeah, and anyways, so in the present now, uh, like all these things happen, and then like things go wrong. Takopi goes back, loses his memories. Now he has both the memories, and now he's like, what should I do? You know, I want to help both of them, but okay. Now another thing I want to talk about here is obviously, like I said, Mina's mother goes in even in a worse situation if this whole thing continues. So basically, how I could understand what happened is back in the past, what we were saying up until now, Mina's father at least came home. Now, like the whole COVID thing and everything, and his father never comes back. He's always waiting. She's always waiting in front of the TV, trying to watching the news, thinking about when she's going to come back. But obviously, she also know that he's never coming back. Um, she drinks. Her like mistreatment of Mina became even worse. She actually hurt her so bad that there's like a scar. And she's like trying to live her life or her past regrets to her daughter. That's why she's so damn interested in Mina's love life, because she's like, oh, like this is my daughter. She's going to go through the same thing that I went through, and that's why when Mina said that, oh, I'm like going out with Azuma-kun, is she was so happy because she's living her life through Mina's life in a weird way. And then when as soon as that happens, and when as soon as Manya says that, oh, he's not, like it didn't work out, she snaps, and she's like, oh, is it my fault? Is it because I gave you that scar, this and that, all that stuff, you know yeah, and that happens. Like I said, this show, I absolutely hate the adults in this show, each and every one of them. um Mina's mother especially is just, like I said, at this point I literally do not care what type of past trauma you have or what you're going through. don't don't throw that at your child, let alone child. You shouldn't throw your baggage onto any people. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? And especially if it's your freaking child who has nobody except yourself, and you're acting like an absolute lunatic in front of her. Like I said, I at this point I literally do not care what you went through. Like, you must have gone through a lot of things, that's fine, but that gives you no right to make your daughter go through the same thing. Like, that is the worst thing you can do as a parent, as a human being. And it goes to such a degree that she even takes out a knife and tries to, Again, this obviously, this is like, you can see this, it's like she's mentally troubled and all that, but for the love of God, no, just no. Like, as a person, that makes you no better than your husband who left you, probably worse than that, because you are actually like hurting your kid. No, I absolutely hated that section in today's episode. I don't know, man. Like I said, like, everything was going well, but I just, I don't think we're going to get this, like, the, the fact that their parents, like, you know what? Let's wait for the next episode. Like, I have too much of a grudge for the adults in this show. Too much of a grudge. Like, I absolutely hate them. Like, Mina's mother, Azuma's mom, Shizuka's mom as well. Like, like I said, we've seen the most of Mina's mom. That's why I think, like, I hate her the most because of that. But next episode, I don't know what's going to happen, if Staff is going to try to make everything okay or not. But even if, like, things come exactly go well, everything is happy again. Like I don't know, if with some miracle, like, the familial situation of mine also becomes better, her mother becomes a good person. Even if all of that happens, I will still hold a grudge on her mother, because I feel like she didn't get, I don't know, like I just cannot forgive her for everything that she has done up until now. Like, even if everything becomes okay in the future, again, I have no idea what's going to happen in the next episode, but with some miracle, if everything becomes okay and it's like, oh, a happy ending or something, I will still hate her because of what we have seen of her in these few episodes, all these episodes, especially in this episode. Like, nah, man, this is ridiculous. Right. Like I said, this episode was especially horrible. It was so weird trying to see her live through her daughter like that in a weird way. Like, why the hell do you care who I go out with and what my relationship status is? Don't try to put your baggage on me and try to live through me like that. I'm not you. Yeah, absolutely horrible. I hate this is the character I hate the most in this show. Mina's mother. Again, like I said, it's probably because we've seen the most out of her. We barely see anything of Shizuka's mother, like, or Azuma's mother. But since we've seen the most of her, I hate her the most. Right? Oh my god. Yeah, and yeah, there you go. Now, another thing we saw in today's episode is the Happy Planet. The Happy Planet is just as we expected it to be. Everyone's happy. Everyone is an octopus. All that they're doing is like, oh, can you give me that happy fruit? And they're like, oh, here you go. And then we have the mother, who is a freaking cloud, or it looks like a cloud, cloud, but it is an octopus. You can see the tentacles and all that. And it's funny because, I don't know. I was expecting the mother to be someone with, basic common sense or something, not like these creatures. But turns out she's also the same because of that line at the very end. She was like, "What is skill? Like, why didn't you talk to me? Why are you acting like this?" So she's also the same because she also has no idea what these, like, complex emotions are in human world. Takopi went to the human world. That's why he got influenced by them. That's why something like slapping her tentacle away is such a crazy thing that nobody in this world would even think of doing it. That's why she was so confused. She was like, "Oh, why did you hurt me? Like, what happened to you after you went there?" Like, yeah, it's basically, humans basically kind of, like, influenced him, and that's why he acted like that. All right. Yeah. This is such an interesting thing because I feel like, obviously, like, human beings have their own troubles and everything, and, like, emotionally, morally, we have, like, a lot of spectrums, a lot of different, like, things going on here and there, like, like, there's, like, extremities to everything. like like black and white, and then the gray part of like everything. um but even with all of that, I feel like emotionally, you know in because of all of that, we are the most advanced, because we can understand complex situations like that in a world or in a place, like as we see in this happy place, where there's only one extremity to everything. Like these creatures are emotionally not developed at all because of that, because all they get to experience is one extremity of everything. There might be like a world where everything is bad, like just like we have a happy world, we might have a sad world where everyone is sad, like people just wallowing in pity. Maybe there's like an angry world where everyone is angry, people just beating up each other. So yeah, it's just one extremity to everything. So in that sense, you could say like the humans are the most advanced, because we have so much plethora of things going on, like, and like emotions left, right, center, just each and every like thing going is so complex. um yeah, we can properly make a good moral judgment of everything. And that is why, as we see at the end Azuma coming, I feel like Azuma might be able to help Takopi to understand or make his decision. That's what I think he's going to do. Yeah. And there you go, that was today's episode. This is a very interesting thing, because in this show, like I said, none of the kids are at fault in what they do, because if you think about it, at the end of the day, everything stems from their parents, like, and the environment that they have grown up in. you know for example, Mina's situation, if Mina's mother never acted like that, or he or if her mother was strong enough to hold her own, love Mina, properly, even though her husband who left them or something, still held her ground and was like a loving mother to Marina. um Mina would have never been like that. She would never have harbored anger for Shizuka and bullied her like that. And that would have not happened. So it all stems from her family. Same with Azuma. If Azuma's mother never acted like that with him, he never would have gained a complex for his brother, and he would have been able to talk to his brother normally, properly, and be better siblings from the very get go. Again, it stems from his family, from his mother, basically acting like that. Shizuka's situation is obviously, it is again family. Like, don't know what happened with her mother and father. I don't know who is at fault, what happened, no clue, because they barely said anything about Shizuka's family. All we know is his father left and is living somewhere else with his own family, and we have Shizuka's mother this. We don't know what happened, who left who was in the wrong, who was in the right. Do not know anything about it. That's why I cannot judge either of these two characters. Shizuka's mother or Shizuka's father. Shizuka's mother I can partially judge because of her situation that she's making Shizuka go through currently. But currently you can see she barely even cares of her. I can judge her for that. I cannot judge her for what she has happened in her past and what she went through, because I have no idea. You know, but again, at the end of the day, it again stems from her familial situation. If her familial situation didn't become like this, Shizuka would have been a normal girl, you know, going through a normal childhood, going to school, having fun, all because of this. So that is why in this show you cannot hate the characters, the children. They're basically everything that is, we see the bad things that they're doing. For example, Shizuka's bullying by Marina, that is like Marina's, like the bad thing that Marina does. Shizuka's whole, like, like, what can I say, like her like emotional fluctuations, the fact that later on she came, and it was probably deliberate that she was stole away Azuma from Marina because of that whole thing. We cannot judge her for that because it all stems from her childhood. Same with Marina as well. Not Marina, sorry, Azuma as well. And Azuma's whole, like, he you know he like he no, Marina and he was like a thing, I guess, but then like he suddenly just flipped and switched. That is also something bad that he did, but again, it comes from his childhood again. Like, so all these things is all these children, everything stems from their childhood and the environment that they grew up in. So you cannot blame any of them, but yeah, you can blame the parents though, because the parents are not kids. They're not young. They're old enough to have a family. When you're old enough to have a family, and when you have a family, you have a responsibility of, like, being a responsible adult. Doesn't matter what the world throws at you, you have to be like that because of your children, you know and none of these parents do that here. On top of it, they are the ones who become the enemy to their children. That is even worse. Like, in a way, you could say Shizuka's mother is probably the person who's nonchalant about her daughter. So she doesn't actively, like, hurt her, but acting like this as a mother is also not okay. Not caring about her daughter and just, like, letting her do whatever, and just all the problems that she's going through, not even caring about it, not even batting an eyelid. Obviously, that is extremely wrong. Azuma's mother, I don't know what the hell is wrong with her. She she acts like this, like, like, she, in a way, you could probably say her treatment of out of all the three is the best, even though it's not good at all. You're literally comparing your children amongst each other and making a divide between them and acting that horribly. But at least compared to the other two, at least she's not. It's not like she doesn't care about them or that she hurts them, like, deliberately. She's not doing that, at least. But like I said, that doesn't make it any better though. Out of the three, her situation is probably the better one. you know so that, and then obviously the worst one is Marina's mother, who literally attacks her child at the end, as we see. Like, she would have killed her there. So that is the thing. Like, I can feel sympathy for the children, and I know that the children here are not at fault because it all stems from their family. But I cannot feel the same for their family, because their family, they're adults, they're responsible adults. And the fact that they have a family should mean that they have the emotional, like, capability of taking care of their children, who all they have is them. you know Otherwise, you shouldn't form a family, in my opinion. Just don't do that. If you're not able to take that responsibility, just don't do it. That's the thing. Like, zero compassion in this situation, in my opinion. I don't have any compassion for them. Like, in a lot of shows, you probably see me, if you've seen my other reactions in other shows, I always try to see the two parts in everything, like the good and the bad, and I try to judge a situation based on, you know how good it is and how bad it is. And I try to at least see things from the other character's part of perspective, and try to be compassionate in that sense. In this situation, no compassion at all I have for these adults at all. you know the fact they have a family should mean that you have the basic responsibility to take care of your children. If you're not able to do that, you shouldn't have had a family, in my opinion. And that's why I say zero compassion for these guys at all. I don't care what Mina's mother went through. I don't care what the other families went through. You are putting this on your children, and that's the worst part of it. And as soon as you do that, immediate zero compassion. If you try to be a better mother or for your children, and it's like something bad, or like, put your, like, anger somewhere else, maybe I should have been able I would have been able to try to look at from their part of the story. But I'm not interested at all as soon as they do this to their children, because just think about this: their children's life is completely destroyed because of this. Not only that, their children have nobody else to go to except them. They're young. The fact that you're doing this to them is the worst thing that you could have done as an adult. Like I said, if you're not able to take that responsibility, don't have kids. Yeah, that's just what I think about this. Either way, right, and there you go. Let's see how this goes. Like I said, I feel like Takopi will try to make everything okay. By the way this episode went, I was not expecting that at all. Like I said, that whole minor section just completely threw me off. I was like, what the hell is going on? But yeah, now everything makes sense. Let's see. Alright, there you go. That's it. That was my reaction to Takopi's original scene, episode number 5. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with the final episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.